There is somebody right there. Who the fuck is that? He's walking. He's just walking, not running, but... What was that? I've just seen somebody look around this corner. That was weird.
I feel like I'm falling into the crack, you know? I don't know, I'm coming back out through this.
Haunted Finders is a paranormal investigation channel where Tom explores old churches, graveyards, ruins, and haunted locations using EVP recordings, spirit apps, and direct communication attempts. In this video, he returns alone to an ancient medieval church beside the River Trent. Tom explains that a church has stood on this land since the 900s, while the current building dates back to the 11th century.
So, it's currently 8 p.m. I thought I would head out to an amazing medieval church, which is actually one of the oldest in the area. Now, there was a church on the site of this place in the 900s. It's just mental. The church today, I believe, was built in the 11th century, but it does date back to the Saxon period. Now, the tower itself is Saxo-Norman, so there's a lot of history here. I've been here a few times. I've had amazing EVPs, just incredible communication. So I thought I would head out. It's a nice evening, take a little walk, and yeah, we'll see if we get any communication. But I've just stepped foot in the graveyard. It's so old, this church, and there's loads of graves just hidden under the earth here.
He has investigated here before and previously captured strong EVPs. So he begins walking through the graveyard, hoping for more communication.
If we get any communication here, you can see just over there is the river. This church literally sits on the bank of the River Trent, and it's in a nice little secluded countryside spot. Such an amazing place. So let's grab the spirit box out and let's see if anyone will talk to us while we're here. Change of plan. I've just gone to turn on this device and it's completely broke, which is odd because I was literally just using this. It just makes this weird noise.
His spirit box suddenly fails, even though it had worked earlier, so he switches to EVP recordings and the Spirit Talker app.
And we'll see if any responses come through. I've been here before, and whoever's buried here, which unfortunately can't read the gravestones, you've been through and you've spoke to me before. Are you here with me now?
Almost immediately, a terrifying high-pitched scream comes through the device, shocking him completely.
What the... Oh my days, I just jumped out of my skin. That is the worst scream I have ever heard come out of this device. That is high pitch screaming. What is that? I'm going to run that device on my wrist. What on earth was that?
Near 4 old tombs, Tom says this area always gives him strong responses.
I always get communication. I always get EVPs, spirit box, Like, I get really, really, like, direct communication. What was that? That sounded like someone just walked across here. That was weird.
The app replies,
It says, hello, who are you? My name's Tom, hello. I've been here before. You've spoke to me before. Somebody's just screamed when I was talking about these graves here. Was that you, or do you know who that is? Could you tell me your name?
and later says, "Thanks for being here."
I've got this. Thanks for being here. It's just said. It's okay.
Making it feel like someone recognizes him from previous visits. While reviewing audio, Tom sees what looks like a small person peeking around the church corner.
What was that? That was weird. One minute, let me just check something. My wife and my daughter have come out for a walk. I've just seen somebody look around this corner, and I don't know if it was my daughter, because I know they went down here. Are they still there? Oh yeah, they're both down there. Don't know if you can see, look. They're both down there. What? I just saw what looked like a small person look around this corner.
Even though his wife and daughter are visible farther away. The app then says, "I know what you fear," right after the scream unsettles him.
I always do when I come here. But I think I just saw somebody over there. They looked around the church. Who was that? There's something on there. I want to reach out to the person that sounded like they were screaming. I don't know whether that was to try and spook me, to get me out, or if you're in some kind of pain. It's just said, "I know what you fear," after I've just said that. I know what you fear.
Names begin coming through. Albert, Josephine, Herbert, Henry, and Isabella. Tom starts to believe Albert may be friendly, while Isabella seems responsible for the screaming and trying to scare him away. More screams follow, and the app says, "Hundreds died here, and skeletons."
That's another scream. That's right when I stop recording and someone starts screaming. Tell me, Isabella, why do you want to scare me? It says hundreds died here. Hundreds died here. They could well have. I mean, there would have been the plague that came through here. Like, think of everything that must have happened with it, like, over 1,000 years. Skeletons. Skeletons? I bet there's a lot of skeletons underneath where I am.
Which Tom connects to the church's 1,000-year history and possible plague burials beneath the ground. Tom then records what sounds like Hey Albert, get back.
And then something else. Do you know what that says? That's not how, I think that's that Isabella. It says, hey, Albert, get back. What did when I put the EVP recorder down, I said,
Making him wonder if Isabella is stopping other spirits from speaking. As he keeps trying, the messages become darker. Hopeless. Get out. I'm agitated, and get out of here. Before leaving, one final message says,
my tongue was torn out. What if that's why they can't talk? What if that's why that person can't talk?
my tongue was torn out, making Tom wonder if that is why someone there struggles to speak. Broken Capital is an urban exploration and paranormal style channel known for dark humor, fear-driven investigations, and overnight challenges in disturbing locations. In this video, he teams up with KBOTV for an overnight stay in Cannock Chase, a forest tied to stories of black-eyed children, strange creatures, UFOs, and unsettling human encounters. The night begins with both of them admitting this camp was requested by viewers, not something they truly wanted to do.
And we are in the Cannock Chase. This is your fault. Everyone kept saying to us, please go there, please go there. We were always going to do an overnight stay. Not here though. But then everyone kept sending me loads and loads of messages. Oh, that would be a lovely place. Go to the place where you felt like a piece of meat. And did we feel like a piece of meat on the way here? Yes.
They set up their tents near a memorial area, already joking nervously about how exposed and Blair Witch-like the setup feels.
No, that'll do. So this is for you. Definitely ain't for me. Here we go. Cold little setup there, look.
Stand up in here.
You take your shoes off to get in.
Oh no, I'm having my dirty shoes on my sleeping bag.
As darkness settles, the mood quickly changes. Broken Capital starts hearing odd noises around camp and admits the situation feels stupid and overwhelming.
Some fucking weird noises. It's so weird because I know I can't leave. Stop laughing, it's the truth. Let's have a little look around in night vision. It is literally pitch black. I can't even see that far in the night vision. See old Cabo there. I don't even know how long my batteries are going to last. Like, you might get a lot of this, to be honest. Right. Right, we'll see you when we're ready to zip up the tents for a bit and go and have a look round. This is fucking mental. Like, I'm sweating so much. Is that you?
Bugs swarm around them. The woods become pitch black, and even basic filming becomes difficult. They leave the campsite to explore deeper into the woods, passing the memorial fence and talking about the legends connected to Cannock Chase, from werewolves and aliens to black-eyed children and strange experiments.
What the fuck?
Isn't that nice?
It's like an orange moon coming through the trees. It's beautiful, but it's a little bit eerie. Jesus Christ, look at that. Do you remember where we are, yeah? You what? The fuck?
Been there before, was it?
A little bit of tissue.
You got blood on it?
Shut up.
Looks like it.
No, it looks like someone's wiped their arse. Next to us.
we going this way, yeah?
I don't know. I'm actually worried about leaving the camp.
The fear becomes less about ghosts and more about real people. They discuss how, on a previous visit, voices told them to leave and rocks were thrown at them late at night. That memory makes every sound in the dark feel dangerous. Later, they spot lights in the distance and rush back toward camp.
I just hope they don't nick my cheese strings.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here till I see that fucking sun come up and then I'm going home.
We met. Whoa, that was heavy.
That was very heavy. Oh fuck, there's people coming with lights. Where? Over there. See?
No. It's all right, man. Let's get back to the tent.
Coming with lights, Carl.
Yeah, let's get back to the tent.
You can see people coming in lights. I'm more scared of people than paranormal at the minute. Fucking mental here. I physically can't do this, and I am. Of all the fucking places. Right, see in a minute. Did you hear that little giggle?
No?
Kind of thing.
No? Honestly.
Swear down. Right, let's just find a base. As if a tent's going to make us feel safe.
Well.
Oh fuck, which way was it?
What? That? Is that light?
See?
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Worried someone else is moving through the woods. A false alarm makes them think a light has appeared near their tent, but it turns out to be their own camera screen. Back inside the tent, they try using an app which gives strange responses like mistake, fall into dark, and forgotten. Shortly after, they hear footsteps and other noises nearby.
What do you do? Come on, big quote.
Carl, I'm not filming you, just trying to get into a blanket.
I'm in, I think.
Leaving your door open?
You gonna shut yours?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably should. It's a bit warmer.
Alright then.
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
A few hours.
Alright, man. You have to be so loud?
Huh?
Do you have to be so loud?
Does everybody know we're here?
You dick.
The rest of the night is tense but mostly quiet. Real visitors, rattling sounds, and fear keep him awake until morning. Nothing huge happens, but the experience still leaves him exhausted and shaken. Action Adventure Twins is a caving channel focused on tight crawls, dangerous passages, and discovering untouched underground sections. In this video, they return to the roadside crystal cave with tools, aiming to reopen a blowing hole they found during their last trip.
All right, guys, we're back at the roadside crystal cave, and we are back with some tools. If you follow along, in the last time we dug out a passage that nobody had been in before, and we are going back to dig that blowing hole. Oh, that's a sink. It's a lot better here. Where does the water go once it goes into this cave? That's what we gotta chase.
They begin by passing through the known crystal sections. where clear formations, rimstone pools, sparkling walls, and cave brain textures cover the floor and ceiling.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, the crystal room.
I think this thing's really cool. Look at it.
Oh, it's see-through.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bacon, isn't that what they call it?
Yeah. Yeah, and then these, the ones that sparkle over here. That's cool. If we crawl back there, there's like a big crystal bowl. These things are freaking wild as you come up. They just go all the way up, these little rimstones. Yeah!
Oh man.
The first squeeze proves too tight, especially around the shoulders, so they decide to return to the bigger dig spot instead. To get there, they crawl through narrow decorated passages, passing popcorn formations, crystal walls, and the route they previously opened.
I don't know about the helmet.
Oh, it's that tight.
It's just like the shape. It's like a cross, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
You see what
You're right. Oh, that's snug.
Too snug?
Oh. Feel like I'm falling into the crack, you know?
You kind of are.
Like, I don't know, I'm coming back out through this the way I came in. I might just have to push it.
What do you mean?
Get all the way through. I don't think I'm gonna fit. No, I'm like just too big. I don't think it's possible. Not for me. Not for me. I'm like falling into this crack. Actually, yeah, you think L. Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna go back to the dig. Big dig. Nice, we have a out here. That's what I'm gonna call it.
After reaching the big dig, they squeeze into the back section and find survey markers, left by someone who had clearly visited after their previous video.
To the big dig.
Anything that way?
No. I mean, yes, the water goes that way, but we couldn't physically fit, so we dug this. Let's see how tight it is. How much did we dig it? Oh, that's not that big. Oh, yeah. Whew, that's about as wide as it's gonna get. Yeah.
Beyond it, the cave opens into a larger hallway with the frozen waterfall formation, a bright white flowstone feature that looks like a river turned to crystal.
The frozen waterfall. Frozen river. Made of crystal. Insane snow white. We got that passage and the formation passage. Ooh, I see what you're seeing now.
You see how it kind of opens up?
Did something.
Oh yeah, it does go underneath this.
Mm-hmm. Hey, yeah, there is a survey marker.
I think there's another one up ahead.
Is there?
They scout several leads, including a low water tunnel and a tight bypass. but the main goal becomes the blowing hole. With a pickaxe and shovel, they begin digging through hard mud, rock layers, and riverbed gravel, trying to widen the passage enough for a body to fit through.
I don't even want to crawl in there right now.
But if there was a pickaxe involved?
Yeah, the floor is just made of mud.
Ooh.
Alright, I got the pickaxe.
I do think that the water tunnel.
The digging turns exhausting, but the airflow keeps them motivated. Piece by piece, they break through the hard crust and remove mud by hand until the passage finally looks possible.
I got the dirt all packed up to the side best I can. We're about ready to make another push.
One of them attempts the squeeze and confirms that the tunnel continues. After more digging, he pushes through and drops into a canyon-like passage with side tunnels and formations beyond it.
I see feet.
Dude, I see a canyon.
What? A canyon.
Dead ahead is a canyon.
Oh, that's tight still.
Oh, it's dropping.
Whew. Oh, I can stand. What?
Yes.
Dude, it's dropping.
No way.
Yes, the canyon drops. There's a side passage. Holy crap, the canyon goes.
Whoa! Whoa, big passage!
Side tunnel.
Yeah! Holy crap! Oh
This
my
is the
God.
big one. Holy crap.
crazy.
Which way do we take off? Canyon? That way looks worse. Your way looks way better.
The excitement quickly turns dangerous when the new passage tightens again. Then a false floor opens beneath them, revealing a sketchy pit below.
Wow. There is a bunch of formations.
No way.
There's bacon. Holy crap. Getting real tight.
Uh-oh.
We might be to another dig.
It doesn't look healthy.
Just gotta break the rock.
You need to make it again.
Well, I broke this,
Okay.
and then I'll use it.
They test another route, but both leads become too tight. After 9 hours underground, they decide to stop and return another day, knowing the blowing hole still goes deeper. Creepy Travels is a paranormal exploration channel focused on graveyards, abandoned places, and strange late-night encounters. In this video, he returns alone to a cemetery by a lake, a place he says has already terrified him before. He begins near an old hidden graveyard, keeping his light low so nearby houses do not notice him. Almost immediately, he spots multiple sets of glowing eyes staring from the darkness near the lake, counting 4, then 5 sets, watching him from beyond the trees.
There's 4 sets of eyes. Please tell me this camera's picking up those eyes. What in the world are those eyes looking at me? They're all staring at me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of eyes now. Those, above those 3 lights towards, it's above probably 4 or 5 feet on the camera.
He explains that this is the same graveyard where he once saw what he calls a shadow bastard rise from the ground and stand nearly 10 feet tall. As he moves closer, he admits the place terrifies him, especially because he is there alone around 1:38 in the morning. While walking through the older graves, he describes something large bulldozing through the woods beside him.
The thing that was running through these woods past, I was walking and it bulldozed through here. And then I saw and heard those eyes over there. But I saw about a 6-7 foot shadow running through these damn woods right beside me. And it just disappeared. And then saw 6 sets of eyes over there. Summertime, people can't really see me here. I don't supposed to be here right now. Leaves are on the trees.
Before disappearing. Soon after, he hears a whistle in the cemetery, even though there are no cars around and no one should be there at that hour.
I know I heard a whistle up here. And that's when I first started walking. And something ran through these woods right beside me. There can't be nobody out here. There's no cars here. I hope that wasn't a cop that just drove by. I know for a fact I heard a whistle. Can't be an animal.
The scariest moment begins when he sees someone or something standing behind a tree. He repeatedly tries to get the camera on it, saying he can see an arm and a figure moving in and out from behind the trunk.
I know I saw something standing beside that tree. I don't know which tree it is. Something just ducked back behind that tree. Somebody there?
The figure then appears to walk away slowly, near the flagpole and lights, before vanishing completely.
Do you fucking see that? There was somebody right there. What the fuck is that? I don't know if my camera's getting it. To the left of the monument, or those trees and monument. Do y'all see that? Oh, fuck. He's walking. He's just walking, not running, but he's up way faster than me.
He says it cannot be a normal person because he had just walked past that same tree moments earlier and nobody was there. Afterward, he retraces his path and explains how the figure seemed to dissipate in the light. He connects it to the old hidden graves and the earlier shadow encounter, saying something is seriously wrong with that part of the cemetery.
There was somebody there. It was this tree right there that he was, not this one, but that one. He was standing right behind that tree. And I walked. Let's see, I was on this side. I walked right through here. There was nobody standing right there. And I got right down here. And then I heard all that noise. And I started walking this way to try to get those eyes on film for y'all. And then I walked about right in there. Then I went back this way through the woods down towards the other part of the lake down here, through the old part of the cemetery with the rock stones. And then when I got right down in there, I heard something whistle. And the camera didn't pick it up, but I saw somebody standing.
He ends by walking through the newer section, still feeling a bad vibe, before dogs start barking, and he leaves quickly. Thomas Locke is an outdoor camping creator who mixes wild camping, dry humor, and honest reactions when a place feels wrong. This time he returns to Gravel Wood after a strange comment appears under one of his previous videos. The comment comes from a user called DD00000009, who first writes, "I was watching."
I got this comment from a guy called DD0009, which I think is a reference, what's the zombie game? Dead Island 2. And he said, "I was watching." Unfortunately, he deleted his comments, so this is from memory. But here's how the conversation went. He said, "I was watching." To which I replied, "Spooky." Because I wasn't sure what he meant. Maybe he didn't mean he was watching us. He's just like, maybe English isn't his first language and he meant, "I was watching your YouTube video." And I'd be like, "Oh, cool, yeah, cheers for watching." So I just replied, "Spooky," to kind of denote like, a bit of a weird thing to say.
Thomas replies jokingly, but the person then says the woods have eyes, that they have no quarrel with him, and that he is welcome if he comes alone. When Thomas checks the account, the profile is completely black and says, "We watch Locke."
Who the hell is this guy? So I click onto his YouTube channel. Just pure black profile picture. And I did take a screenshot of this, so this is real. And it says, "We watch Locke." So I replied and said, "That's pretty creepy, man. What do you mean?" And he said, "I've already told you. The Helks watches you. Come alone at night, no dog, bring a tent and a bright light to light up the tent, and then you will see us."
The user then tells him to return alone at night, without his dog, with a tent and a bright light. When Thomas asks for proof, they claim evidence has been left buried in the ground. So Thomas comes back to Gravel Wood with Archie on his birthday walk, searching the same area where he camped before. He checks around the spot, lets Archie sniff about and looks for anything unusual, but finds no hidden object, no buried evidence, and no real sign that anyone has been there.
If there's anything buried, Archie's going to find it. No evidence of anything here. Archie's happy enough. If I was a less honest YouTuber, I would have planted some sort of Halloween mask or something here and then gone, "It's a face." Unfortunately for my ad revenue, I don't particularly want to turn into one of those guys that does that kind of thing. So this is going to have to do. We're just going to have to be honest.
He jokes about how a less honest YouTuber might have planted a creepy mask for content, but he refuses to fake anything. The only evidence he finds is a dairy milk wrapper, before a sudden movement nearby makes him jump and wonder if it was a dog, a deer, or just Archie's shadow.
Just kidding. Imagine. Okay, maybe I am dishonest. Someone's having a little bit of fun with this. Yeah, no. Oh no! Dairy milk caramel wrapper. I'm being watched. Nope. Yeah, no. Sorry, lads. Oh, it's a dog. 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 What the hell was that? Oh, it's a dog. So just ran past.
After that, Thomas reflects on how his channel has grown, especially after his gravel wood video reached 1 million views. With that audience comes attention and sometimes people trying to scare him or turn his real camping spots into part of the story. He admits the comment did creep him out, even though he knows it was probably fake. Because of it, he is now more careful about sharing locations, doing live streams, and returning alone to Gravelwood. Sort of Interesting is an outdoor and camping channel focused on wild camping, bivy bag adventures, and honest reflections from the trail. In this video, he looks back on his first year of serious solo camping. After nearly 20 years of mostly camping with friends, he starts by explaining that solo camping changed everything for him.
For the best part of 20 years, I've been lucky enough to enjoy some fantastic wild camping adventures. Up mountains, hidden away in woodlands, but they've always been as part of a group or with at least one other person. This year, I finally got into solo camping.
After years of group trips, he suddenly spent dozens of nights alone in tents and bivy bags, hidden in woods, fields, and mountains. One of the biggest advantages is how little space solo camping needs. When he is alone, he can fit into tiny hidden spots, even places where a tent would never work. He once slept in a literal woodland ditch because there was no flat ground, something impossible with a group.
I actually set up my bivy bag in a literal ditch in a bit of woodland because there was just no flat ground. And if there had been maybe 2 or 3 of us, even just an extra person, and if it had been 2 of us planning to spend the night in the tent, it simply would not have been possible to do so in the absolute stealth conditions of sleeping in that dense woodland, because there just wasn't even enough room really for the bivy bag, never mind a tent or finding an extra few ditches for extra people with me.
But being alone also makes him feel more vulnerable. A group of tents can scare off trouble, while one person in a bivvy feels easier to target.
B, if I'm out there on my own rather than with, say, 4 people or 5 people as I have been in the past, I am going to feel, and I think this is something that a lot of people will be able to understand, even if they don't feel it themselves, but I'll feel far more vulnerable because I am one person rather than a group or a team of maybe 4 or 5 people like I have been in the past. And I certainly feel that if there was anybody out looking to cause trouble and cause mischief, they would be deterred by simply the sight of a group of tents or bivvies together, rather than if they saw just one person or one tent and one bivvy out on its own in an isolated, secluded location.
He says he has had strange and spooky moments even if he was never in real danger. He also explains that stealth is much easier alone. One small bivvy can disappear into the landscape, while several tents or people create shapes that are much easier to spot.
It's far easier to disappear as one person with one bivvy bag than it is as a group, and it's amazing just how much of a difference that can make. That if you're one person trying to camouflage yourself and hide in the general overgrowth, undergrowth, whatever kind of growth you want to be hiding in, it's incredible how much easier it is for one blot on the landscape to disappear. Whereas if you have a little cluster of blots on the landscape, I use blot on a landscape, maybe that's not the nicest or correct term, but if you've got a few people that are making a few unnatural shapes that stand out in the surroundings, you will be far more visible than if you were one unusual, unnatural lump in the great outdoors. Just to dig a little deeper on the idea of feeling safe or feeling at risk, that can have a massive impact on your overall camping experience, whether you're a solo camper or with a group.
The hardest part is the mental battle. This year, he abandoned more camps than usual because once fear takes over, the night is ruined. Even if nobody is around, lying alone in the dark can make every sound feel suspicious. Solo camping also lets him travel extremely light and move at his own pace. Sometimes he leaves after dinner with only basic gear, camps near woods or hills, and returns before most people know he was gone.
Now, another important thing, and I think this is definitely another pro and a con depending on which situation you're in, being able to travel really light and at your own pace. So when I've been out on some occasions with just my very, very basic bivvy bag and my lightweight summer sleeping bag, and then just the basics of food preparation stuff, I literally have barely been able to lose any more weight from my kit. And in fact, if I had better quality kit, it would probably weigh a little bit more because the materials might be a little stronger and a little thicker. But I've loved being able to really march out really quick some evenings on my own, not taking my camera or tripod and recording stuff, or my phone. I suppose I've always got my phone that I do my recording on, but not actually doing any proper filming or making a video out of a camp trip.
Still, he admits group camping often feels slower, safer, and more enjoyable. Friends help share gear, remember forgotten items, and make the journey feel less rushed.
On some occasions, that gung-ho, right, I'm going to march out as quick as I can, lightweight, travelling quick across the country, that's great for some occasions, but other times I definitely find myself wishing that I'd been able to stop and savour the moment. And I know for myself that when I'm with friends, we always tell ourselves we need to stop more on our hikes, we need to slow down the ascents that we're doing and making ourselves worn out and stuff. And without a second person there to sort of regulate my my pace, I suppose, without somebody there to regulate my enthusiasm and my absolute optimism, it's definitely sometimes that I've marched out to a point where I want to camp and then I find myself basically there maybe an hour earlier than I needed to be.
In the end, solo camping wins mainly because of convenience. No planning around others, no cancellations, no delays. Just grab the gear and go. Rugged Road Explorers is an exploration channel where Dave hikes into remote places to document old ruins, cliff dwellings, and hidden traces of the past. In this video, he drops into a quiet canyon after spotting possible dwellings from above the day before.
I stepped back because I was looking down here, hoping I would see a rock that would, fit that doorway there.
Dave begins by explaining that he had scanned the cliffs from the top but could not properly mark the locations. So he now enters from the valley floor to climb up toward them. Before reaching the ruins, he notices a carved pool in the rock, possibly a water source.
So I want to show you this because it's so neat how everything's cut. The water comes through and cuts everything. And then right here, you have kind of a catch pool. And I don't know if it's fed by a spring or not. There sure is a lot growing here. So it could be a little bit of a stream, or maybe it's just a catch pool, but it would have been an important water source.
Nearby caves and ledges cut into the canyon walls. show why this place may have been useful for people living here long ago. He climbs above the first dwelling to check the higher levels and soon finds what looks like a small storage area, with old mud still visible inside.
Hey, you come up on something like this. I mean, this is a beautiful panel. There doesn't seem to be anything on it, but I'll check the film later because a lot of times things show up on camera that I can't see with my naked eye, depending on the light at the time. Right here we have our first storage area, it looks like, or what's left of one. There's still some mud back in the back there. So it's like I thought, you know, they do use multiple levels, and this again is a perfect example of that. I'm not sure what they stored in there, but what I'm seeing right here on the ground, oh, let me get, are pine nut holes.
On the ground, he spots pine nutshells, wondering if food may once have been stored there in pots. Dropping down to the main structure, Dave finds multiple connected rooms, thick wooden supports, smooth stonework, and possible doorways.
It looks like people have been here and, you know, stacked things. We got corn, we got jasper shards, and different kinds of pottery. You can see how that little cove on the other side there was tied into this dwelling. So that, you know, they built this on top of that, it looks like. And then you've got this window right here. Boy, look at that support. They were serious. These are nice and thick. And again, boy, they did a good job of smoothing it off. Well, matter of fact, it looks like there were multiple ones here. And you can see the rocks have fallen back. Get out of the shadow here. Backwards.
He studies how the builders tied the walls into the natural rock, using heavy logs and carefully placed stones. Inside one section, he notices blackened stone and suggests it may have been used for cooking, smoking, or another fire-related purpose.
So it was fairly big. I mean, it's a fairly big dwelling, probably, I don't know, 10 feet from this rock to there is 10 feet. At the widest part is probably 5.5 feet, and then back on the end there, about 2.5 feet. And this was, you know, apparently they used this all the way along the front here. So it's interesting. I wonder how high up it went. If it went higher than this.
He also points out how well the ceiling and supports were engineered. Higher up, Dave reaches a larger room that may have been the main living space.
And this may have been the main living area. I mean, it's fairly large. I mean, it's a good 10 feet across in the middle, 8 feet across at the back there. And from here to there, it's about 12 to 15 feet. So this was a large room. I mean, you could fit a family could sleep in here easily.
What stands out most are the ancient roof ties still holding in place, knots made by human hands, roughly 1,000 years ago. By the end, he counts several rooms and coves across the site, showing how extensive the dwelling once was. From a distance, the ruins almost disappear into the cliff, blending perfectly with the canyon wall. Ray Gloom's Real Life Encounters is a paranormal and overnight exploration channel focused on strange encounters, abandoned locations, and unsettling stayovers. In this video, Ray and his friend arrive at his parents' remote property, expecting a quiet overnight stay. But almost immediately, things begin to feel wrong. As soon as they enter the dark cabin, they notice multiple lights are not working, and the house looks strangely abandoned.
I haven't been. This is my parents' place. I haven't. Okay, that's the outside.
Oh wait, that didn't do anything?
This one, it's not working.
Well, that's not working.
Okay.
We'll go find another. The power, there's some power.
Well, the outside light's working.
Wait a minute. No, that uses a battery.
That's Wi-Fi.
That's Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Whoa, got one.
That one worked. Okay. Okay, just a burnout light, I guess.
With food still left sitting out as if someone suddenly left in a hurry, they begin checking doors and windows, trying to figure out if someone may have been inside recently. The tension increases when lights start switching off on their own and doors appear to move by themselves.
Okay. I just saw your door move.
I closed that door, I thought.
I just saw your door move.
Wait. Is that a TV running? Do you hear that? Listen.
That was a little sound. But right before you came in here, I think I caught it on here, that the door went whoop.
Let me turn my light brighter.
So,
You better not be
this is all.
messing with me.
I'm not. I'll follow you.
Dude, this is scaring me.
Bro. The light just turned off behind me.
Okay, turn it on. Go over to the wall where it is and turn it on. Wait, I'm coming. Which one of these is it?
There's one right here. Does this...
I think this is it.
Dude, I think...
That's the light for this one.
Dude.
While inspecting the bedrooms, they discover one of the room doors has been completely removed and left leaning against the wall, which neither of them remember seeing before.
I need to talk to my parents about that and see if they took the... But the door was on there.
I can't remember. I thought it was on. Well, okay, obviously it wasn't. Because here it is. So
apparently.
So someone took the door off.
I'm going to have to talk to my parents about that.
Later that night, the atmosphere becomes even stranger. After hearing noises around the house,
For Pete's sake, come on. I just got into bed.
That hurt.
Ray finds a real kitchen knife hidden underneath a pillow in the bedroom. At the exact same moment, a painting suddenly shifts on the wall by itself.
There's like a rock under there.
Whoa.
Oh, that's creepy.
Bro, that ain't no rock.
Okay, that just creeped me out. Why is there a knife right there?
What was that? What the heck?
Did that painting just move?
Dude, that painting just moved.
I heard it. I heard.
Right when I revealed the knife, the painting moved.
Leaving both of them genuinely shaken. Believing a squatter may be outside, they attempt to leave and contact police, only to discover they suddenly have no phone service and the car will no longer start.
Alright.
It's not even turning over. You got... Your battery's okay. Your check engine light's on though.
That's not. It's not even cranking over.
Shit. Okay, I'm really worried he just sabotaged your car.
Moments later, they hear something hit the vehicle from outside, but when they look, nobody is there.
What was that? Did you hear that?
He just hit the back window.
Nope, I'm going in. Nope. Nope. Nope, I'm going in.
The next morning brings even more confusion. Windows and blinds that were closed the night before are now open. Water is mysteriously running inside the house, and the fireplace appears to switch itself on without anyone touching it.
Hey, you awake? Did you leave the water running and the blind open? Water? Yeah. Oh. The blind's open in the kitchen area and the water's running. We closed these last night.
Do you think that squatter actually got in?
I don't know.
By the second night, both men are exhausted and unnerved. Strange lights appear in the bedroom again. They think they see movement inside the room and eventually decide to set up a trail camera before trying to sleep.
That's not my light.
That's not your light.
Get on the floor and look underneath. That is really creeping me out.
That's not your light. Did you leave your flashlight on?
I left it in here. No, I didn't leave it on.
The following morning, the car suddenly starts without explanation.
Started. Why would it start now? Okay, never mind. Let's get our stuff. Let's get out of here.
Let's go.
And they quickly decide to leave the property behind. Paranormal Discovery is a wilderness horror channel where the creator mixes solo camping, paranormal investigation, and deep forest exploration. In this overnight video, he returns alone to the Deadlands with his dog Kia after a previous encounter with a mysterious entity called Audrey. The night begins with heavy wind, dark skies, and an uneasy atmosphere as he sets up a hammock tent near a remote lake. He explains that the area has become one of his main paranormal hotspots, and that Audrey may be connected to the forest and his dreams. As the storm calms, the video briefly shifts into a normal camping trip.
Up in Cape Breton, still an abundance of moose. So many up there. It's pretty common, but down here in the mainland of Nova Scotia, we're running low, man. I guess what I'm getting at here is I want her to be on lead because I did research that dogs should be on lead just so they don't kind of interfere with the mainland moose out here and other wildlife. So it's not like she'll like go after one. She'll defend us. But I just don't want, like, let's say a moose comes around or to the lake in the morning or something. I don't want her to temper with it. I don't want her to, you know, start something, or else there'll be a fight between a moose and a dog, or a moose, a dog, and me, a human. So, yeah, it's kind of a protective thing right now. I'm trying to protect the wildlife, but also protect her.
He cooks dinner, talks about moose in Nova Scotia, and explains why Kia stays on a leash in this wilderness, even during the calmer moments. He keeps noticing movement in the trees.
To kind of ponder about, I think something's moving back there. I keep seeing movement, and I don't know what that is. The hell?
And says the forest feels alive around him. After dark, the Spirit Talker app starts producing strange words near the lake, including encounter, Gabriel, green eyes, and aggressive.
Green eyes.
Green eyes. Is Audrey around me right now?
These responses seem to connect back to Audrey from the earlier investigation.
I ran into an entity back there a few days ago named Audrey. Is Audrey here?
Later, the atmosphere becomes more intense. Loud tree knocks echo through the woods.
Violate.
Violate? What the fuck is that?
And he hears strange movement around the campsite.
I don't know how I'm having service right now. I'm like in and out of service, but what was that sound? It's a fucking tree knock. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Holly.
Holly. Holly, who are you? Man. Like, I actually wonder if anyone here has, like, that is unrelated to the indigenous folks. Like, I wonder if anyone's actually passed away here.
He also hears what sounds like distant drums and begins checking the forest with a flashlight.
Jesus. What's there? Hello? You know what's weird? So that's actually the hot tent making that snapping noise. But you know what's weird? I'm actually hearing like drums. Distant drums.
He then tries knocking on trees himself, and something appears to knock back from the darkness.
There it is again. It's replying back to me.
Curious but nervous, he grabs bear spray and walks toward the empty campground near the lake while calling out for Audrey. Back at camp, he feels Audrey is nearby and wonders whether it followed him from the earlier location.
Right now, I'm just popping in here to kind of update you guys on what I'm feeling. It's very intimidating out there. I feel like there's a spiritual thing going on out there. I honestly feel like people are walking out there. I may seem psychotic. I'm like half asleep right now.
By morning, the forest feels calmer, but he still believes Audrey may be part of an ongoing mystery in the Deadlands. Chad is an exploration creator known for late-night randonautica videos, abandoned places, and unsettling trails where strange clues often appear. In this video, he follows another randonautica point deep into the woods and begins finding objects connected to someone named Anna. The video starts with Chad entering a wrecked construction area beside the woods. The location already feels abandoned and uneasy, with broken buildings, flooded rooms, and fences leading toward a hidden trail.
The point is somewhere here. It's somewhere back here. I don't really know where. But it's somewhere in this area. This is so creepy, man. This is so creepy. Dude, they destroyed all of this.
After entering the woods, he discovers rows of small locked wooden chairs that resemble a creepy miniature cemetery.
These are nice benches, holy crap. Well, they got locks on them. Okay. I'm not sure what they would keep in there. Oh my god. Dude, this looks like almost like a little cemetery of little chairs. Look at how creepy that is.
Around the same time, his camera's facial recognition begins detecting something in the trees despite nobody being visible.
Thing here. My facial recognition again, dude, is pointing me that way. That's creepy. Oh my god, I'm gonna take a picture of that again and show it to you because I don't know why it's doing that.
As he moves deeper into the trail, Chad starts finding random children's objects, including toy kitchen items and lost keys scattered through the forest.
What is this? It's like a little freaking baggie here. It's a toy. I don't know. This is weird. Okay. This Rando Nautica stuff is actually really creepy. I can't believe I'm finding stuff again already. Somebody lost their keys. Their car's keys. Oh, there's like pots and pans in here. That's weird.
Soon after, he hears what sounds like a distant scream, forcing him to stop and listen in panic.
What's that? What the hell was that? Dude, that sounded like somebody screaming. That sounded like somebody screaming.
The tension grows when he spots a strange light deeper in the woods before crossing a creek into darker trails.
This is so unbelievably creepy. What is that? Dude, I see a light. I see a light over there. Look. Oh, that's a reflection. That scared me. What is that? I can't even begin to tell you guys how creepy it is back here. Oh, this is like another offbeat trail. What the hell? Oh, I don't know what that is. It's...
Later, he discovers an envelope containing a handwritten riddle.
Okay. Weird. Just an envelope here. Whoa. What does it say? I am an odd number. Take away a letter and I become even?
I am an odd number. Take away a letter, and I become even. The forest becomes increasingly unsettling after his spirit app begins producing odd responses like begin, don't tell, and it's not human.
Begin? Begin. I don't know what that means. But here I am. Lost in the woods somewhere.
Chad also finds a child's sandal hidden beside the trail, which visibly shakes him.
Oh, yo, I just heard somebody. I just heard somebody. But look, dude. There's a freaking like a little girl's shoe here. Or sandal?
Later in the investigation, Chad discovers more disturbing objects connected to Anna, including a crossed-out photo frame and several clocks stopped near the number 7.
One of the hands is on 7. Remember the last one? It was 7 o'clock on the other clock that I found. One of the hands is on 7. So it's 5:30.
Near the end of the video, he finds a dead deer beside a box containing water and a note saying, "She's thirsty."
Oh, what is this? What's this? There's a box here. There's water. What the hell? There's a little note thing in here. She's thirsty? Come out, man. Come out. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I assume that's about Anna. Is she alive?
The discovery finally convinces him to leave the woods immediately. Strayed Explorer is a solo paranormal exploration channel where Andy investigates abandoned places, usually with EVP, spirit apps, and trigger devices. In this video, he returns after a 2-month break to explore a huge overgrown fort alone. The night begins with Andy showing the scale of the place: an 8-meter deep moat, an 11-meter wide gap, and a single entrance leading into the fort.
I know I have just shown you some drone footage, but the moat is 8 meters deep and 11 meters wide. And until I've just walked up here to look at it, you don't understand the size of it. Just look at this. I don't know if the camera's doing it any justice, but that is the back wall. There'll be another one here. It goes 8 meters down and 11 meters all the way to the other side. And that goes all the way around in, I think it was like the shape of a hexagon, if I remember right.
Even before he gets fully inside, he hears what sounds like a man's voice, echoing through the tunnel.
And here we arrive at the door. Jeez, man. So apparently we come through this tunnel. Once we get through here, we're into the fort. Was that an echo? Sounded like a man's voice. So, I'm feeling a little bit rusty. I've had a whole 2 months break, and I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to come out on my own after such a long break into such a vast, creepy place.
Once inside, he realizes how massive and confusing the fort is. The sun is going down, the paths are swallowed by plants, and he worries about getting lost in the dark while searching for the underground tunnels. After pushing through the overgrowth, Andy finds the tunnel entrance and steps into the lower chambers.
Oh man, here it is. Hello? See daylight at the end.
The rooms are huge, cold, and filled with strange details, including bones scattered across the floor and unexplained rumbling in the walls.
Bones everywhere. And they're all exactly the same bone. Like, if there's any bone experts out there, what are they? Why is there so many of them?
He begins calling out, asking if any spirits want to communicate.
I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to go back to that first bit where we was and get out a bit of equipment and just see if we can get any interactions on that. I have been doing some calling out, not had any direct responses, but I'm definitely hearing weird knocking noises and rumbling. I don't know if the mic's going to be picking that up or not, but...
At first, there are only knocks and distant sounds. But then an EVP seems to say something like, "Coming downstairs in a minute."
Is he coming downstairs in a minute? I feel like that says coming downstairs in a minute, which is kind of odd because I asked about the knock upstairs.
Which unnerves him because he had just mentioned hearing a knock from upstairs. The activity grows stronger when he sets up a light device. It responds almost immediately.
This on what I'm holding, you can use it to say words to me. If you are here, can you try and touch that device on the floor to let me know that you understand? What I did want to do was use seer, but no way. Straight away. So you understand? I assume that's why you've just made that light up green. Can you try and tell me your name with this? What I was going to say, I wanted to use seer, but it needs an internet connection to use the AI to generate the images, and there's no signal down here.
Lighting green and then red on command. The Spirit app gives names like Catherine and Patricia, while the device confirms answers at the same time. Then Andy hears footsteps nearby.
I can hear footsteps. That's walking. Hello?
The sounds seem too heavy and deliberate to be simple rustling, and the app says unsettling phrases like "cry," "trust me, there's bad here," and finally, "you're next," twice. He finishes with one last EVP attempt.
I want you to do it again. Put all your energy into it, take the energy from these devices, and I want you to very clearly say, well, say whatever you want.
still hearing unclear voices and movement, before deciding the fort has gone quiet enough to leave. What's Up with James is an outdoor adventure channel where James explores abandoned places, camps in remote areas, and tests how far he can push himself alone. In this video, he finds an abandoned mine site and decides to camp there overnight. James begins by exploring the old mining buildings. The first structure is strangely covered in shingles even over the door.
This is cool.
And inside he finds old drawers, a built-in wall refrigerator, rat droppings, and a tiny shoe. Nearby he checks a larger shop or barn filled with old metal, roofing material, and signs that someone may have lived there while trying to work the mine again.
A bunch of old metal plates and stuff out here. It's crazy.
He then follows an old PVC tube into the brush, unsure if it once carried water from a well or served some mining purpose.
If it was heading down this way, cuts through there, let's see. Looks like it wraps back around actually. I don't know if it had always been down here, if there was like an old well.
James explains this area is near the same place, connected to his earlier Skinwalker story, which makes the abandoned mine feel even more unsettling. He tries lowering a GoPro into the main shaft, but quickly realizes it is too dangerous to enter alone.
I don't know what you guys are seeing. It really doesn't look like there's an option for that though. And I'm not stupid enough to try to go into a mine like that by myself without any equipment. So I gotta close this door to this abandoned house here.
Instead, he searches nearby and finds more abandoned structures, including a strange old house that looks partly renovated, as if someone started restoring it and suddenly stopped.
All right, let me go explore the area a little bit more. And I did come across this, which looks like it's a different house, but it's seen something interesting down here. Maybe not. I thought perhaps that this house had a grave. From the road, this one kind of looked like a grave. I don't think that's what it is. But yeah, so these bricks out here, there's a little town called Ancho that you drive through on the way here. And I guess there's a spot there where they used to manufacture bricks. I don't know if all of these came from there specifically.
Deeper up the road, he discovers several smaller mine openings, some too tight to crawl into safely. One mine finally allows him inside.
This one, this one pretty much is just this.
He crouches through the dark passage, admits he hates how it feels, and reaches the bottom of a shaft.
Not that a mine is necessarily supposed to be comfortable.
With side tunnels and old tool marks in the rock. Later, another tunnel pushes him even harder. Bugs swarm everywhere.
Oh, no way. Is this like... Yeah, see, this is like... Isn't this because they're trying to prop up
He finds a dead hawk inside, and altogether on the way out, he accidentally headbutts a bat. Back at camp, James reflects on how uncomfortable abandoned mines make him, then tests his night vision around the buildings and mine entrance before sleeping in the quiet, desert-like silence. Dee's Dark Adventures is a paranormal and cryptid exploration channel where Dee goes live from remote, unsettling locations, often following strange sounds, eye shine, and possible creature activity deep in the woods. In this video, Dee and David enter a dark forest where the ground is covered in thick pine needles, making it almost impossible to hear anything approaching unless it wants to be heard. Almost immediately, they hear strange knocks, rock-like sounds, and heavy brakes around them.
Wait a minute. I don't know if that's planted or not. All right, stay close. Did you hear that? That was a rock. Dude, that's not us. He didn't knock. That wasn't him. Let's just say that was a big break. And that's been what, 20, 30 minutes since we heard the last one? So who knows when it'll do it again. You won't be able to hear walking, guys. This is inches upon inches, feet upon feet of pine needle layout over years. That was what? Every time we do something.
As they move deeper, Dee points out strange structures, lean-tos, bends, bones, and signs that something may be using the area.
Are you already looking at these bones?
No, I was looking at, I thought I saw eyes. I was trying to get, are there bones already? Oh my gosh, no, I didn't see them. I was looking at other stuff. Oh wow, that's the two back legs of something. Nice. There's another one. Should we follow the bones? See that light? That's our bus. So just keep it in the back of your mind. I keep looking for it, so. We're not lost yet. There's a ravine over here.
David grows nervous, especially as they lose confidence in the trail and realize how easy it would be to get turned around in the dark. After more movement and distant sounds, Dee decides to walk David back toward the bus so he can rest. She admits she does not really want to be alone, but continues the investigation anyway.
All right, guys, I'm gonna walk him back to the bus. Not all the way, but let him get back. Because I don't want him falling out here. I won't be able to get him back out if he does. Now, if I had a big bag and equipment on me, I could wrap him in a sheet and tie a rope on it, pull him out, but that'd still be hard.
Listening for banging, movement, and strange activity in the distance. Alone in the woods, Dee starts noticing odd lights, possible faces, and movement around her. Her light begins dying, and she feels like something is following her. She struggles to find the trail again, but eventually spots signs and tries to calm herself down.
Was that my dogs? I don't know if that was my dogs or not. What is that? I don't know what that white face is right there. I don't know what that is.
The scariest moment comes when Dee sees something tall in the trees.
Hold on. Hi, is that you making all that ruckus? Hi, my name's Dee. Hold on. Where'd you go? Oh, hi. Hello. You're tall. Hi. It's standing up more. Hello.
At first, she thinks it may just be leaves or eye shine, but then it appears to move away while holding a branch.
It's not moving, so it's not as scary as when it moves. Hi. Are you frozen? Can you move? Are you moving? Are you there? Where'd you go? Am I looking at leaves and not eyes?
Moments later, she sees more eye shine and panics. When she realizes it may match what the rangers warned her about.
Guys. Eye shine. Look, back here. Hold on. Eye shine. Hi. Hold on. Where's that? I don't know if I can get it on there. Hi. Wait. Do you guys see it? I can't get it. Hold on. Hi. Ah, that's not what I think it is. Oh my God, no. Dude.
Dee finally reveals the warning. Creatures in this forest can look human, Bigfoot-like, or like something else on top, but have goat-like legs below.
Dude. No, I'm out. No, I didn't even tell you guys. Wait, which way's the out? Is that out? Nope, I'm done.
After seeing what she believes are two of them, she backs out and heads toward the bus. Grizzly Gaz is an outdoor camping channel built around van life. Wild camping, dry humor, and exploring interesting places with his dog. In this video, Gaz returns to the correct camping field near Heptonstall, hoping for a peaceful night in the van after his previous mistake parking in the wrong spot. He starts with a relaxed setup showing the quiet field, the open views, and the medieval village below. Since his meat has not defrosted yet, he heads into Heptonstall to look around and maybe find food or a pint. The village has a lot of history. Gaz walks past old stone buildings, the water pump, churches, graveyards, and the grave of David Hartley, leader of the Crag Vale Coiners.
If I remember rightly, I think there's 3 churches up here. Well, there might just be 2. One old, decrepit one. Oh, here it is. There's the first one. And the other one's just behind it, over there. But, wow, look at this place. I'm sure that Sir David Hartley's grave is here. If you don't know who's Sir David Hartley, or King David Hartley, as he were called, he was the leader of the Crag Vale Coiners. Oh, here we go, look. All pennies on it.
He also points out places connected to local battles and filming locations from the Coiners series. The pub visit is disappointing. Gaz says the fish cakes were rubbery, the beer was lukewarm, and the atmosphere felt like the pub scene from An American Werewolf in London.
Well, that was disappointing. I got some a fish cake starter. They only do Thai food there, and the lass that served me food, she looked about 10-year-old. But yeah, fish cake starter. The fish cakes were like the texture of a 6-year-old's flip-flop, proper rubbery. And the Wainwright beer, that were quite warm. Well, it were. Yeah,
back at the van, he feeds his dog,
talks nice
through
here.
the camper setup, shows the windows, seat covers, steering wheel cover, table, lights, and small camping upgrades. Rain starts outside, and the van becomes a cozy little shelter for the night. Later, Gaz tells a creepy but funny story about seeing a black shadow move through his kitchen at home.
Now I'll tell you what shit me up the other night at home. I was sat on the sofa, 2 o'clock in the morning. Let me paint the picture actually. 2 o'clock in the morning, the only light that's emitting is from the TV. And where I'm sat on the sofa, I can see straight through the doorway into the kitchen. So I'm sat there watching rubbish on YouTube, as I do, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I see in the kitchen a black shadow just go across. And then I heard something knock over in the kitchen. Oh fuck, someone's in my house. So I've got up to go and have a look, and I've gone in, feeling light switch, see where light switch, and then the black shadow's gone that way, then up onto my kitchen counter. And as I turned light on, the black shadow's gone straight out my window. So I've run out the back door, turned light on, and it were a black cat. It ran up and over my fence. So a black cat had sneaked into my house with window open. So what's the moral of that story? Don't leave your windows open at night time? I don't know.
Only to discover it was a black cat sneaking through the window. After drifting off in the van, he suddenly wakes to a disturbing sound outside.
Can't figure out what that is. Must be some type of bird. Let me know in comments if you know what it is.
It sounds like someone screaming in the darkness, but he cannot figure out what it is and wonders if it might be a bird. By morning, everything feels calm again. Gaz makes breakfast, enjoys the view, talks about van life, and checks in on his dog's health before ending the trip quietly. Dead Appalachia is an Appalachian horror and exploration channel that mixes folklore, dark humor, and real outdoor investigations. In this video, Luke heads into Worley's Cave in Bluff City, Tennessee, with Raznick Outdoors and Dakota Trails to investigate crawler legends and the ghost story of Elias Worley. The video begins with Luke explaining why Appalachia is full of caves, sinkholes, underground rivers, and hidden passages. He connects this to missing person stories and the legend of pale humanoid crawlers said to live deep underground. They enter Worley's Cave, a massive, privately owned cave system.
It's located here in Bluff City, Tennessee. It's a privately owned cave. It goes down for like 8 miles. People get hurt here all the time. People need constant rescues, and it may even be haunted because a feller died in here, supposedly. So we're going to investigate that as we go further in, but yeah.
And immediately begin exploring tight limestone passages, old formations, bats, and mining traces. The group jokes about who they would sacrifice if a crawler came running at them. As they move deeper, the cave becomes tighter and more dangerous.
Oh, dude. Oh, we're going to have to... No, we don't have to crawl. There's a nice little chute right here. By the way, critters, doing this with one hand is very difficult. Alright, I'm Chunky. He's scripted bait. We're going to need him for later. You want to take this GoPro and just check out what that room is?
Yeah, I got you, dude.
Okay.
They crawl through narrow chutes, slide down slick rock, and find sudden drops where one wrong move could send someone falling into darkness.
Nah, we going head first, boys. This is a tight turn right here. A little room down here. Oh. Made it, boys.
Howdy. Yeah, so it just kind of goes down. There's this sharp turn, and then you kind of gotta like fall down, and it just comes out right here.
The first creepy moment comes when someone thinks they see something move ahead of them. They stop, listen, and check the area, but nothing obvious appears.
Did y'all see that?
What was it?
I'm probably seeing shadows, but it looks like something ran in front of us right there. You keep going forward a little bit. I'm gonna wait right here.
The massive cave makes every sound hard to place. Further inside, they hear strange voices or movements echoing from deeper in the cave.
Of calcium. You guys hear that?
Sounds like voices back there.
Oh, here. Shh.
They switch to thermal and keep watching, unsure whether the sounds are water, animals, or something else moving nearby. The group continues through freezing water and huge chambers, hearing more unexplained clicking and movement above them. One passage leads toward another chamber, but it is steep, slick, and too dangerous to climb safely.
This is a 5,000 lumen flashlight, and it barely illuminates the top enough, so I'd say easily over 100 foot. I mean, this is a tall room. Look at this chasm. Look at him compared to the, this is crazy.
Oh, that is cold.
A little chilly?
I might as well reacquaint myself with it.
Just a little.
Okay, that's not as bad as before, to be honest. Scared the hell out of me, dude. What?
Swear to God, I just heard something up there. I don't.
Here, shh. I don't know, man.
There's like a click clack. I don't know if it's something in the passage. I don't know if that was like a noise one of y'all made or what.
Alright, he's gonna go up there because there's another chamber right there. He wants to see if we can get some eyes on it.
Near the end, they crawl into a cramped crevice to recreate the fear Elias Worley may have felt when he died, lost in the cave. They attempt an EMF session asking if Elias or anything non-human is present.
Elias Worley, my name is Luke. I'm here with Raznik and Dakota. We are here to communicate with you. We are putting ourselves in a situation that you yourself may have been in all those years ago when you got lost in here and you died that horrible death. If you are still here, if you are still lingering because of the traumatic and awful way that you died, please communicate with us. We are giving you full permission to communicate with us. We are not your enemies. We are your friends, and we want to know your story and try to get to know you better.
But receive no clear response. Luke concludes that the cave may not be haunted, but the strange noises and crawler legends still leave the place feeling deeply unsettling. Search for Supernatural is a paranormal investigation channel focused on haunted locations, spirit communication, and intense real-time reactions In this episode, the team returns to the so-called House of Death before heading into the surrounding trail system. They start by entering the brick house, a place with a heavy and unsettling atmosphere.
So we are headed back over to the House of Death to set up a static camera to let it run until it dies. And then we're gonna head into the trail system and see what we can't capture in there, see if we can communicate with some of the dead soldiers.
Inside, they describe the air as hard to breathe and set up equipment, including a body cam, REM pod, music box, and static camera, hoping to capture activity while they investigate. The first major session happens in the dark room, where a girl named Melissa is said to have died. I'm from the light.
The old airplane.
So the girl's name who died in here?
Melissa, right?
Melissa Elliott. Just getting all four corners of the room, boys.
I ain't scared, I'll get near the door.
I'm from the light.
Whoa.
I just turned it on.
You're from the light?
What does that mean, you're from the light?
And soon after, they hear bangs, scratches, and footsteps coming from the basement below them. Things become more disturbing when the app says, "You're making a mistake," just as they talk about leaving the safe room.
In a safe space in this room.
So
Other entities can't come
You're
in.
making a mistake.
Oh shit, no, hold up.
What do you mean we're making
I
a
was gonna
mistake?
show the black salt, I'm not going out there.
What do you mean we're making a mistake?
Their batteries begin draining quickly, and the responses seem to suggest something angry is trapped downstairs, unable to reach them. The activity escalates when they hear more thuds. The basement motion light suddenly turns on, and they run out of the house in panic.
I don't want to go out last.
Dude, the basement light's on. The basement light's on. I swear on all my...
Dude, it's a motion light.
I'm done. You demon. Shit. No demons.
Yo, check if that's still running.
It's still running.
That's I don't want to go out last. Dude, the basement light's on. The basement light's on. I swear on all my...
It's a motion light.
I'm done.
Outside, they notice the curtains moving even though there is no power, making the brick house feel even more threatening.
Holy shit. I say we don't go back in that house until the sun comes up. This house is scary. Dude, this brick house.
They're still moving. Oh my god.
I'm trying to. Does it zoom? Nope. 10 minutes. What is 10 minutes? There, I zoomed in. 2x.
After regrouping, they head into the trail system connected to Civil War history. In the woods, they hear footsteps behind them. Strange banging sounds like drums or cannon fire.
Yeah, little son of a bitch.
Is this poisonous?
No, it's not poisonous. They just got sharp teeth. Anyway, as I was saying, we're heading back out here into the woods to try and see if we can catch any evidence from any of the over 2,000 soldiers that died during the Civil War.
And one of them has a terrifying vision of something from the house chasing them through the trees.
Fire up spirit talker.
You guys want to get dark?
No.
Whoa. Did you hear that?
Oh, what is that? Dude, it sounds like bongos.
Dude, that sounded like cannon fire.
Okay.
They return to the basement to set up a remote experiment. leaving equipment running while planning to communicate from the cabin instead of staying inside the house.
So we're over here in the basement of the brick house. It's scary as hell. We have set up a whole bunch of cat balls. We got the full spectrum camera over there on the paint can. REM pod on the stairs. Music box over there on the table. We got it plugged in. We're just gonna let it run for a few hours and see if we catch anything.
All right, Jay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So basically, we're gonna run an experiment. Now, I have a walkie-talkie hanging in the rafters. We're gonna go back to the cabin.
Back at the cabin, the fear continues. They hear footsteps, whistling, scratching, and what sounds like a little girl's voice before a loud bang upstairs.
Whoa.
Kicked it? Yeah. What?
I just heard a footstep in that little room.
You heard that, right? We ran up after us?
Yo, let's get out of here.
Not last, bro, not last.
All right, hold on.
Come on, I'm right here.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Sends them to investigate again. Genevieve is a Randonautica creator who explores strange locations using spooky intentions, intuition, and whatever the app leads her to. In this video, she returns to Golden, Colorado, hoping to reconnect with Randonautica during spooky season. She begins by explaining that she has been away from Randonautica for a while.
All right, end of sidebar. So here is where I am in Golden. So I've tried to be kind of in like the center of Golden. Golden is really pretty big. And as you can see, it's right along the foothills over here. And last time it took me up into the mountains, my point. And I'm kind of hoping to do the same. But I really don't know. I have no idea, and I can't, whatever I think that something might happen, it never happens the way that I think it will. So I'm just gonna be open to whatever. But to go back to what I was saying like a whole minute ago, in Genevieve's mind, it's spooky season. So we're gonna do some spooky intentions, and hopefully I'm not gonna scare myself too much, but that's never the case. So I don't know why I'm even hoping that. I always get freaked out very easily.
But Golden feels like the right place to restart. Her first intention is bold. She asks the app to lead her to the most haunted thing in the area. The point takes her toward North Table Mountain Park, which immediately unsettles her, because she had already felt intuitively drawn to that exact area before even opening the app. On the way, she also describes a creepy man in a nearby car who had been staring at her in a disturbing way.
Spot. I am so freaked out now by the guy next to me who, in my sidebar, I told you was parked in his car right next to me. He happened to walk into his car kind of just when I started filming. And as I'm filming and he rolled down his window, I like refuse to look over at him, because that becomes like when there's creepy people around you and they start doing subtle things to get your attention. If you give them the attention, that's like, they see that as like, oh, she's gonna engage with me. So as I start driving away, like, you know, you have to look left and right because you're pulling out of a spot. And I look to my right and he's like fully like looking at me. And
when she reaches the trail, the point appears to be up on the hillside.
Off-road.
The
See
area
how that
is
goes
beautiful,
for me
but
today.
also intimidating.
I did not follow my...
Especially after she notices signs warning about rattlesnakes.
But then there's this rattlesnake sign. Rattlesnakes and dogs don't mix. Rattlesnakes live here. Be safe, not sorry. Leash your dog. Well, that's great to know, as I am planning to off-road in the grass. I guess I know that rattlesnakes live in pretty much any grassy area like this in Colorado. I just know that. And fall tends to be when they're less active.
Since she is wearing sandals, stepping off trail into the grass becomes more frightening than expected. As she moves closer, she feels the land has some unknown historical weight to it. She wonders if the butte or the surrounding valley once had importance to Native American people, maybe as a lookout point or a spiritual place. She tries to go farther into the grass, but grasshoppers, cactus, hidden dead grass, and what she thinks could be a rattle make her stop. before reaching the exact point.
So I'm just going to film the grass, and you're going to watch with me because I'm really nervous about rattlesnakes, and I don't like this at all. Oh, what is that? Okay. That is also a piece of styrofoam. So stuff clearly does get caught in the grass. Oh, I don't like this at all because of the snakes. Okay, something weird. Okay, I don't know if I like this. We might be going back.
Back at the car, she admits the area did not feel ghostly, but it did feel historically significant. Then she sets a second intention: to be led to an actual ghost. This time the app leads her near the Coors factory, into a busy industrial area full of trucks, gates, security signs, and stressful energy. She cannot safely access the exact point, but says it feels exactly like the kind of hectic old place where a ghost might linger. Wandering Simon is an outdoor exploration channel focused on scenic walks, hidden ruins, local legends, and atmospheric places across Scotland. In this video, Simon begins in the peaceful village of Gifford before heading toward Danskin Loch and the mysterious ruins of Yester Castle. He starts the trip in Gifford, showing the quiet village and explaining the plan.
Today we're in the beautiful town of Gifford. That's where our journey begins. I'm starting today's journey here in Gifford, a quiet Scottish village, full of history and surrounded by rolling countryside. From here I'll set off into the woods and beyond, towards hidden places, where landscapes grow darker and the past lingers in the ruins.
Visit the loch first, then continue toward a castle linked to stories of goblins, necromancy, and black magic.
So today we're going on a little excursion. We're starting out in Gifford, then we're gonna head to a lake, and after that we're gonna go to see ruins of a castle that apparently was built by goblins and a necromancer. First though, I want to get some...
At Danskin Loch, Simon scouts the area as a potential camping spot. The place is calm, quiet, and sheltered, with enough open space for tents and a peaceful view over the water.
So quiet. Usually wherever you go to places, even remote places, but well-known places, there's always a lot of people. And this seems to be like one of those spots that not many people know about. I only stumbled upon it because I was thinking where to go this weekend, and I was basically just looking at Google Maps.
From there, he follows the Yester path into the woods. The route quickly becomes more atmospheric, with streams, muddy forks, wrong turns, and a small waterfall that makes the walk feel more like a hidden adventure.
This is cool as well. I just hope I'm not gonna fall, because that would be not nice. Whoa. Whew. That would be a perfect place to dump a dead body. Let's crack on. So once you have crossed that little bridge that I just crossed, there will be a fork with a lot of mud, and then there's one way going uphill.
As Simon gets deeper into the forest, he explains that the place has a mystical feeling. The sounds of branches, birds, and animals could easily spook someone walking alone.
There is a lot of sounds that you find in forests like this. Branches cracking and snapping, little squirrels or deer or birds hiding in the bushes, and then they hear you and they start flapping their wings. So nothing to be concerned about, obviously, but if you're of a faint-hearted nature, maybe bring a friend with you. But I'm not scared because I'm a real man, because that's who I am, and I'm Polish. We don't fear.
Especially with the legends surrounding the castle. Eventually, the first ruins of Yester Castle appear through the trees.
Built in the 13th century, its stones have stood for over 700 years, but this is no ordinary ruin. Legend says the castle was raised by a man whispered to be a necromancer. With the help of otherworldly forces, some say goblins, summoned from the earth itself, he constructed the vaults beneath these walls.
Built in the 13th century, the castle is tied to Hugo de Gifford, who legend says was a magician or necromancer who used goblins to help build the structure. Simon then finds the entrance to Goblin Ha, the underground vault beneath the castle. Inside, the stonework is still impressive, but the space becomes tight and eerie.
It's very cool at the same time.
He hears possible voices, jokes about goblins, and reaches the caved-in end of the passage.
Let's see how far we can go. Very cool. This is caved in. Oh, I need to take my backpack off. Oh, can't see anything. Oh. Okay. So I would have stayed a little longer probably. I brought a gas stove with me and some water and coffee to sit there for a bit and enjoy peace and quiet, but I don't really want to listen to that sort of peace and quiet, so I'm just gonna go.
Before leaving, he notes how rare it is to explore a place this historic for free, even if the peace is eventually ruined by people blasting music nearby.